Hello, good morning, and I hope you all are doing very well. And I want to welcome you to yet another video. I've been on vacation for about 2 weeks, and that is why you have not seen me put up any video. And I've been gotten a lot of comments, a lot of messages that a lot of you guys have been writing me privately and on the YouTube channel, asking me a question if trading the news is actually worth it. So in today's video, I'll be talking about, should I trade the news? Is trading the news actually worth it? Now, if you take your time and scan through a lot of videos I've done on my YouTube channel, you're going to find out that I do a lot of fundamental trading. I basically trade high impact news. However, I equally trade technical news as well. Sorry, I equally trade technically using chart patterns and price action as well. So now, if you are a forex trader, which of them should you go for? Should you trade the news, as in should you trade fundamental news, or should you stick solely to technical trading? Now, there are two ways of trading the forex market which you have known before now. You either trade using technical analysis, that is using tools, using price action, price behavior, price movement, and use that in analyzing the market to be able to predict where the market is actually heading. And if it's going in your favor, then you are making profit. But if it's going against you, then you make loss. That is technical analysis. Now, when it comes to fundamental analysis, you're talking about you are trading news releases that have impact on the forex market, and the impact can be able to move the market with high volatility. You can see the news moving the market up to about 400 pips, 500 pips, or 300 pips, as the case may be, depending on the news release figure. So, why are traders highly interested in trading news releases or trading high impact news release? The reason behind is that a lot of traders do trade that because they actually tend to flip the accounts. And as you can see from the videos I've done before now, you see me flipping accounts, maybe making 44k profit, 6k profit, 7k profit, 1k profit, as the case may be. And this can only be possible when you are trading the news and the news actually goes in your favor. So by and large, we all trade the news because we believe that trading news produce a lot of opportunity, produce a lot of volatility on need. The spread have been tightening, and they just are cashing 50 pips or 40 pips from the market at that point in time is going to give us massive profits, and that is enough for us to flip our account either twice, thrice, or more than that, as the case may be. So that is why a whole lot of traders have interest in trading the high impact news or trading news releases. But then trading the news releases is very risky compared to you trading the news technically. You may want to ask me why. Now, the reason behind it is that if a news is to be released, let's see, as you can see below here now, this is 9:34. Assuming the news to be released by 9:40 a.m. As at 9:40 a.m., you are going to be seeing a massive movement on your chart. At that point in time, let me quickly bring out my pens. All right, so my pen is here now. So now this is 9:34 a.m. as you can see currently here now. So now, assuming by 9:40 we are having a fundamental news, what you are going to be seeing now, you see the market starting to range. The market will be ranging here, and when you go to about 9:40 a.m., which is the set time for the news release, we might be seeing a spike upwards or might be seeing a spike downwards. Now, that spike you are seeing upwards or downwards, that is the profits, that's the money, that's the cash all forex traders are looking for, because that's the profits they are actually looking for, and that's the spike that is able to flip the account either twice or thrice. And bear in mind that the volatility that you are seeing at this point in time when there's no news release is quite different from volatility you'll be seeing when the news in effect start to take place. So if the news takes place by 9 o'clock, by 9:40 a.m., sorry, and is currently now 9:35 a.m., you see now that the spread that will be tied at this other side here on your market watch here, you'll be seeing a very big difference between your bid and ask price. The spread will tighten, and as a result, your small movements from this candle at this point in time can actually give you massive profits or can put you in deep loss. So trading the news actually involve you being able to manage your risk, calculate risk before the news release time, set your parameters in place, and your ability for you to be able to manage the risk matters a lot. That is why trading news requires a high level of experience. There's no room for you making mistake or laziness. If you are to trade the news, then you have to do your practice on a demo account, practice one, practice two, over and over and over again until you have improved massively. You have improved until you have improved very well, and then you can now come in with your hard-earned money. And bear in mind that we are trading the forex market, we are trading technically or trading fundamentally, we're only trading with money that we can afford to lose. Now, next question I want to give answer to is that to be good and fine, if I am to trade the forex market, I have to trade the news release. What news release should I be trading? Now, there are a whole lot of news that you can trade, but I'm going to be listing just a few that I myself do trade. Now, we have the non-farm payroll, which usually take place at the first Friday of every month. Uh, Before that is done, let's quickly head over to Forex Factory. Let's look at, let's take our eyes down to the first Friday, the Friday that just passed. Let's go back a little bit. So you can be seeing some of them now. So the first Friday of every month, we should be okay. Let's go now. So now you can see this is the first Friday. So you can see this was the first Friday of December. That's December 2nd was Friday, and you can see here at around 2:30 p.m. GMT plus one time, we are having the non-farm payroll that took place at that point in time. And if you see here now, you will now see the actual figure. You are seeing this figure here because the news have already taken effect. Now you can see now that the previous was 284k, and if you come down here, we are anticipating they are anticipating 200k to be the release figure, but therein comes in the true figure that actually came out, and it came out at what, 263. Now if difference, now you see a big difference between 263 to 200k. Now with this difference you are seeing, if you really want to trade fundamental news, there'll be need for you to be able to understand what this news tend to measure. Now for you to be able to read through that, now all you need to do is for you to expand. What you do, come down here and then click on this. Now you're going to be seeing, now look at it here. Now what does it measure? It says change in the, so it measure a change in business day labor, including the farming industry. Now look at the other area that was of interest to us here, that says when the actual is greater than forecast, is good for the currency. Now e equally say that this news release is released on the very first Friday after the what, after the month end. Now that's more reason, like I said before now, that NFP is usually being traded on the first Friday of every month. So we are measuring non-farm payroll in itself, is looking at is looking at employment that is being created, job opportunities that are being created, excluding the farming industry. So is it higher or is it lower? But as you are seeing here now, if we go by the interpretation here now, is it say actual is greater than forecast, then it's good for the currency. Now let's look at the actual and look at the forecast. Now this in itself, as you see on green here, this is the actual. Is it greater than the forecast? What was the forecast? The forecast is 0.3. The answer is yes. Now let's go a little bit further now. Let me close this now. Now let's come to the next one. Now look at the next one here now. Now it says change the number of employed people during the previous month, excluding the farming industry. Now what we have in here now? Now this is the actual, which is the figure that was released at that set time. And here, look here now. This was the forecast you're looking at. That's how many? 200k. Is 263k greater than 200k? The answer is yes. Now look at it and I say actual greater than forecast is what? Is good for the currency. Now previous NFP that took place was 284k. Now for us to be having green here, it therefore shows that it has a very good impact on what, on USD. So if you are trading USD CAD, if you are trading USD CHF, you are trading any news, you are trading any currency where USD is the base currency, then you should be seeing what? You should be seeing a bullish movement on your chart at that particular point in time, 2:30 p.m. when the news is what is released. So that is how basically you get all the information needed for particular news you're about to trade. And more importantly, let's look at something here. I'm just taking my time to explain this out because a whole lot of person will be needing this information. So spare me if this video is very lengthy. Now, here you can see now that you are seeing red here, and that signify high impact news. Now, if you look at this one here that is having yellow here, it's telling you it's low impact news, and here the one that is having orange is telling you is medium impact. So high impact, you're going to see high movement, high volatility in the forex market. You're going to see massive movement on the forex market. On this one, we'll be seeing little or no movement at all on the forex market, while the medium, we might be seeing a slight movement on the forex market depending on the news release figure. So the more reason why we like trading the news, if you are to trade the news, I think if we are going to trade the news, then we should be looking for what? High impact news that have great impact on the forex market. They have the capacity of moving the market, to creating a lot of liquidity, moving the market with high volatility, maybe 200 pips, 300 pips, or 400 pips, as the case may be. Now, let's look at this NFP that actually took place last Friday. Let's look at the NFP that took place last Friday. Let's look at the direction this market actually move, and let's look at if so. December 2nd was the date, so I usually do it this December 2nd, Friday, December 2nd. So what you need to do now, come head into your charts. And for you to do this analysis I'm about to do now, you must be using your PC, must be using your laptop. So what you do, come down here. Now, if you should move your charts, okay, good and fine. If you should move your charts, most of the time you're going to see that the chart is going to bounce back to where it was. So what you need to do at this point in time, you come in here and click on this here, screw chart to the end. So click on this, and that will enable you to start moving your chart. So we are looking for a data that took place. You're looking for the data of December 2nd. So let's look at December 2nd, guys. Now I've seen it. Now let's zoom in a little bit. Now, so this is December 2nd. And bear in mind that I actually showed you guys in one of my previous video how you can be able to put this separator on your chart. So it's very important. So I've already done that now. Like I said before, now let me repeat it now. You use Control Y. So Control Y. Okay, sorry. Let me do that now. You see. So Control Y. Sorry. So Control Y takes off the day separator, and Control Y brings it back. So now all the data you are seeing, from here to here are for Friday. Now you can see now on this candle here. If you watch closely, let me zoom in a little bit so you can see it more better off in case you are using. So let's look at December 2nd now. If you go to 15 minutes time frame, I think that will be far better. Okay, December 2nd. Now, good, beautiful. Now, if you look at it here now, you see now that this is a candle of the NFP. Like I mentioned before now, since we are trading gold, and gold is USD is the counter currency here, and gold is the base currency here, we are seeing a massive fall to the downside. So as a result, you are seeing this whole move here. This movement took place in 15 minutes, as you can see. Massive movement, guys. And this is the impact, this is the movement, the massive movement you're actually looking for. We're looking for news that has high impact on the market, that can move the market in split seconds. And once you are in, you cash out your money and off you go. So this is enough to flip any account, either twice or thrice, depending on the lot size you are coming in, and also to the level of experience you actually come in with. So there are two ways of trading the news. You can actually trade the news. One, flow the trend. You flow the trend. You catch the spike as it moves. That involves you using your stops, which are your penny orders, your penny stops, your penny buy stop above, and your penny sell stop below. If you don't have knowledge of how that's been done, you can watch my other video, which I've done, that I show you guys how you can practically trade the news using your stops. I have done a lot of video. You can go back and check on my channel. You see other videos I've done, how I catch a spike using my penny stop. And there's one specifically which I will drop the link above here now. You are going to see how you can trade the news. So just follow those steps and then you'll be acquainted on how you can catch the spike using your pending stop. Now, after the news was over, you will see now that the market in itself started going back up. So you see it started going back up gradually after consolidating a region here for some hours. What happened? Eventually went back up. Now, if you are a trader that missed the spike, what will you have done at this point in time? Now, if you have missed this spike that took place here, then you would have been able to what catch the reversal if you know how to go about trading the price movement or price behavior or about price action. Then using price action, then you could be able to what catch the reversals. So others love trading cashing the spike, to others they like trading the reversal. So those are two ways of trading the news. You either wait after the news is over, you trade the reversal, or you cash the spike as it moves using your what? Using your penny stop. So that is two ways of how you can trade the news release figure. But then more importantly, let's look at how many pips did this market move. And that's the more reason why we choose to be trading fundamental, because we want massive movement. Now let's look at it now. So this news moved 180 pips. So the news basically moved 180 pips, and you can see now I'm on 15 minutes candlestick. So within that split second, let's say within 5 minutes or 3 minutes, you have seen the candle move down here, and they equally went down here to about 200 pips before it finally what? Before it finally starts going back up. So these are the more reasons why forex traders around the world globally love trading the news. So if you have entered here, imagine you entered here and you left here, the profit from here to here in split seconds would have been yours. Now, to others who entered here and they entered here and their take profit is here, from here to here would have what? Would have equally been their profit as well. So that is enough for them to flip the account, and the money they even made from here, the money they have made from here might even be greater than the money they have made in the whole week or 2 weeks while trading technically. So that's the more reason forex traders always keep track of when these news are being released. So with that being said, let's look at other news that is worth trading. Now we have the core CPI that usually take place the most times take place the second week of every month. Let's go back to our calendar and let's look at it now. Second week. Now you will see this one here. Don't mistake this for the one that is going to take place next week. Now we have this core CPI PMPM that is here. So consumer price index. Now, this is producer price index. The one we are interested in is consumer price index, which is CPI. This is core PPI, but the one we are interested in is called what? The core CPI. So this is PPI. Now, let's go down a little bit. You are going to see the difference now. We are here to learn, so let me clear a lot of things now so that you could be able to understand a whole lot of things here now. So now, let's go now. We are going to be having a lot of news release to end this month and end this year. So if you are a forex trader that love trading fundamentals, learn to keep track of them. So now here's it. So by 2:30 p.m. on Tuesday, we'll be trading, which is today, we'll be trading the core CPI that is there to take place by 2:30 p.m. So keep track of that. I'm going to trade that live and equally show you how I go about it. So be ready for it and ready for us to go live with that news. Now, after that is being done, after 2:30 p.m., what else do we have? Now, if you come down on Wednesday, we are going to be having another high impact news, which I always encourage traders who know how to trade the forex market, trade fundamental news, to always look out for is the FOMC. And the FOMC is usually taking place in the evenings at GMT plus 1 time. So it will be taking place by 8 p.m. And that is 8 p.m. This news will be going live, and that is the what? The FOMC, the Federal Open Market Committee. So this is news number 3. I've talked about the NFP, which is non-farm payroll, that take place the first Friday of every month. I've talked about the core CPI that take place in the second week of every month. Now, this is the FOMC, the Federal Open Market Committee news. That this one usually take place, I think, 6 times, if I'm not mistaken, it should be 6 times or 4 times every year. This news always takes place, and they produce a whole level of benefits for those who know how to trade the forex market, who know how to trade news releases. So you need to keep track of that news as well. So I've made mention of that, and we equally have another news. I don't know if it's here currently now. So we have another news, that's the ROBNZD. That one is a news that is tight. They usually affect the NZD. Let me see if that usually take place in November. Let me see if I can be able to bring it out so that you can be able to keep track of it. Okay, let's take the calendar now to, okay, all right. So all right, let me see if I can be able to bring that to you now, guys, so that you know it. Mm, because many a times you might know the name, but when the news itself, okay, all right, guys, so I've seen it now. So now this is the news. So this is the news that produce high level of volatility. I love this news, guys. The reason why I love this news above every other news, this news and gossip are my best. Why? The reason behind is that it goes only in one direction. It doesn't go up, come down, hit your stops before going to the actual direction. So once it's going down, and it moves massively faster, more than even NFP. Previous time we used to hit the NFP back to back, but for some months back now, you find that NFP usually comes, if it's to go on a sell, you see it going like this, coming like this, going like this before it eventually come down a sell. So at that point in time, it will hit your sell, you hit your, you to activate your pending order of your buy, it will hit your stop loss before coming down to activate your sell stop and goes down. Sometimes it may even come, activate your sell stop, hit your stop loss before eventually start going down. So that is how the cost CPI for some months now have been behaving. So that's why many a times I'm skeptical trading the NFP using my pending stop, my buy stop and sell stop. I usually like trading the reversals for the NFP most times. When it comes to the NZD, no, nice one. I love trading them using my pending stop, and I like going aggressive. I'm more aggressive trading the NZD and trading the core CPI because I understand the behavior and it doesn't disappoint. So that is the third one. This is the ROBNZD news, uh, and this one is usually tied to NZD. So it's a news that affects only the NZD. So if you're a forex trader, what currency should you be looking at for? You should be looking at for the GBP NZD or the NZD USD, any currency that is tied to the NZD, then that currency is the currency that you should be trading at that point in time. So if you want to get more information about this news, all you can basically do, you, okay, let me clear the screen. You can just come down here, click on this, and to show you everything about the news. So the Reserve Bank of New Zealand, that is the ROBNZD. So the short form for that ROBNZD, or that acronym ROBNZD, is Reserve Bank of what? New Zealand. So the usual effect, you say more hawkish than expected is good for the currency, and is scheduled 7 times per year, like I said. So the next news release, as you can see here now, is what? Is February 2023. Now the previous ones that took place, that's where the history comes handy now. Now October, it took place October 5th. The next was August 17th and July 13th, uh, May 25th, and April 13th. These are the previous days that this news actually took place. So if you are a trader, want to know when this news might take place next year, then you need to do is to expand, click on where I clicked there now, and you're going to be seeing it. The next news release is going to take place February 22nd, 2023. So keep a date if you are to trade that news, guys. So I believe I've said a lot on more information you need about the news that you should trade, why you should trade the news, and how you should go about trading the news. Like I mentioned, you have two ways of trading the news. Either you catch the spike using your penny stop, or you trade it using trading the news, or you trade the news, or you trade the news using your trade, or you trade the news, reversal. So is trading the news worth it? The answer is yes. It's yes, in the sense that now come the big question: is trading the news? Now the big question at this point in time is trading the news. Now come the big question. Big question is trading the news profitable? The answer is yes. Trading in news is profitable to those who have the experience, who have the technical know-how, who know how to trade the news, who have done their practice over time on a demo account and have seen how effective their own strategy is, like one I've shared down on my YouTube channel. If you have done that and you have been able to see how profitable it is, then news trading is for you. News trading is actually for those who want to flip their account, those who want to make massive profit in split seconds without doing analysis and waiting for it to get to waiting for confirmation. So now the big question is trading the news worth it, or should I trade the news? The answer to that question is yes. Now, I will say yes if you have the experience and if you are able to manage your risk effectively. If you're that trader that want to flip your account, if you're that trader that wants to meet your profit target for your funded account within a short time frame, the answer is yes. But then bear in mind that the risk is higher when you are trading the news compared to when you are trading technically. So bear that in mind. So the more the risk, the more the profit. So now that it's more riskier than it was before when there's no high volatility, then the profit is what? The profit is higher. But bear in mind that for you to trade the news, you need you need a very good internet. And what I've come to understand when you're trading the news, like I for one, I usually like trading the news using my laptop. It's always advisable that when you're trading the news, let me show you an example here. Always do this on your laptop. Okay, always do this on your laptop, and that will greatly help you. Now let me use this for example. Now let me use a penny order on this, and if this penny order is here, let me use the buy stop and place it above. Let me just pick a random number. Let me just say 89 and place it above. Now that I've done. Now if you're not having a good internet network, this is what you are going to be seeing. Now let me quickly add so that you can be able to get what I'm saying correctly. All right, let me take here to 00. All right, and place my profit target above. Let me say 1800. Okay, good and fine. All right, so now you can see now. If I'm not having good internet network, the moment you drag this, it will move along with you. The moment you drag this, it will move along with you. So once you are about to trade the news and you have placed your pending orders, which are your buy stop above and your sell stop below, always ensure keep dragging this thing to see if it's enough, to see that this your pending order moves along with you the moment you move it. So this is what you want. So if you are living a place where you have in a lagging network, a network is unresponsive, kindly switch to another network provider, because there's no room for any laxity when trading news. We want good internet network when trading news, because we need that split seconds which have happened to me time pass. I lost a whole lot of money while trading the news, because at that point in time the network provider was not giving that enough signal, and as a result of it, I lost a whole amount of money. So the network went off, and some areas when you drag it this way, it will take a whole lot of time for it to actually move. So that is how you usually do. So before the news takes effect, always keep dragging this thing to ensure that your network is responsive, and always to pay attention to your network that is found below here, and there should be see a figure that is moving. So if this figure here is moving, it therefore shows that the your network connectivity at this point in time is actually good. So let me quickly take off this pending order now. So good internet network is one of the foremost requirements you need to have when you want to trade the news, and you equally need a good broker. I've used a lot of broker in time past, and they have disappointed me. Another requirement that is very, very essential is the broker. The broker you are using to trade the news matters a lot. From my own experience, there was a point in time I was trading the news. I, alongside my friend, they were using a different broker. I myself was using IC Market, which I've been using. Now, when we did the trading on the FOMC news, we did place our pending orders above, just as I've been doing before now in my videos. We place our pending order below. Now, when it got to the news release time, we have done our own calculation of our lot size to use on that account. What happened is that mine was activated, his was not activated. The market was a bullish movement, it went up, I caught the spike, but on his own pending order was deleted by a broker. Only God knows why. So after the news has gone by, we now find that his own pending order was not activated. To others I've seen, the news will come down here. The news is to come down here, for example, and your pending stop is here. The broker pull the end this pending order, push the pending order down to this level here, which was where the market has pulled down to now. Himself was to be activated here, but was not activated here. The market pushed his entry, the broker moved the entry down here, don't know how, moved it down here, then it was not activated here. The market spiked down here. What happened? It started going back up. Then it started experiencing massive loss, and his stop loss was a hit. So we always have one or two issues trading the news. That is why it's essential that you use a very good broker, use the right broker that you have used and you have stick to in time past. For one, I've been using IC Market, and I always wholeheartedly recommend IC Market because I've used a lot of brokers. I know what I've seen, and with my experience, IC Market happen to be the best. But if you're using a funded account, good and fine. They are at a point in time you might be seeing some glitch or the other from all brokers. Not that they are 100% perfect, but I think at least for my years of experience and my years of sticking to IC Market, I've gotten all I need. So I usually recommend IC Market to all Forex traders. For all my subscribers who are here watching the videos, I seriously recommend that you trade using IC Market if it's been allowed in your region that you find yourself. So guys, this is how far we can go on this video. But by way of recap, what have we said so far? Should I trade the news? That's the big question. So my answer to this question is neither yes and is neither no. Now, I've listed out some criteria which you need to give attention to, and that will qualify you to either trade the news or not. And what are those areas I've been mentioned of? Now, let me list them out one by one as a way of summary. 1. Trading the news is a personal decision. If you are willing to accept the risk that goes along with trading the news, then you can trade the news. But bear in mind, like I mentioned, we are trading high impact news that can move the market within split second. You can be having a whipsaw that will take the market as high as 200 pips, 300 pips, and therefore means that you can lose 200 pips or 100 pips as the case may be in split second. Now, will you be comfortable to lose $200 within 2 minutes or 3 minutes? Will you be comfortable? Will it be okay by you to lose $500 within 3 minutes? So the bigger the risk, the bigger the reward. So also to the loss that is equally incurred. So you have to give serious attention to it. The second point is that trading the news requires a high level of experience. So it's always recommended that you do all your practice on the demo account and practice all the strategies that you tend to use or employ. And if you have perfected it to a reasonable degree, let's say 70 to 75 or 80% as the case may be, then you can now come into your live account and try that out. Now, I equally may mention that for you to trade the news and be able to achieve your set objective, you always want to ensure that you are in good state of mind. Your psychology at that point in time matters a lot. So if you're not in a good state of mind, then trading the news is out of place for you at that particular point or at that particular news release time. And also too, you want to have sufficient time before the news go live. So if you are trading a news that will take place by 10 a.m. in the morning and you are putting in your system 7 minutes before the news release time, definitely you are going to make some errors and you are going to make some silly mistakes. So in order for that not to happen, in order for you not to lose massively or blow your account, it's always encouraged that you are ready 30 minutes or 1 hour before the news release time. You have keyed in your parameters, then you have to wait while putting your psychology in place, putting yourself at ease, and wait for the time of the news release time. But by so doing, you will be very free, you will be at ease, and when the news time approaches or it gets to news release time, you are going to give in your best shot. And also to that we equally relieve you from taking some careless mistakes. I equally may mention that you want to ensure that you have good internet network when trading the news, and I've equally showed you guys how to do your check on that before the news release time. So good internet network is very, very paramount. And lastly, this is the last
and the most vital one of it all, always try to avoid any form of distraction while trading the news. Just one distraction can cost you millions. Just one distraction can lead to you blowing your live account or blowing your funded account, which we don't want to happen. So avoid any form of distraction. If you're having other mobile phones close to you, you can put those ones on silent. After the news trading, then you can come back and give replies to that WhatsApp or any other social media that you are hanging out with or even receiving calls. So this is basically how far we can go on this video. So I want to thank you guys for watching. For those who are not yet a subscriber to this channel, kindly hit the subscribe button. For those who are already a subscriber, kindly share your experience with us on how it has been for you trading the news, and also to like this video, share this video, so that others can equally watch video and equally benefit from it. So that is all for now, guys. I hope to see you all in our next video. Thank you so much and have a nice day.